Big homie wanted to look like a gay painter.
Look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those trophies came rolling in, buddy.
For years, 50 Cent has been taking shots and keeping steady pressure on Jay. But recently, the energy shifted when Jay-Z finally reacted, breaking his silence with a single clip that immediately set social media on fire. Once that video surfaced, the conversation changed. Let's talk about the Super Bowl situation that almost didn't happen. There's been something quietly building in hip-hop for a long time, and most people never noticed it. This isn't just rap tension or online noise. This is about power. Two major figures moving pieces behind the scenes, far beyond music, far beyond charts, and straight into executive decision-making. This has nothing to do with who had the better verse or sold more records. It's about influence. It's about who controls access, who gets invited in, and who gets shut out without ever being told why. That's the real battlefield. What makes this situation even more intense is that this isn't some old feud from the late 90s that should have stayed buried. These are recent moves. According to 50 Cent, something significant happened privately that changed everything. He claims Jay-Z used his influence to try to block him from one of the biggest stages in America, the Super Bowl halftime show. That's a serious claim, and it surprised a lot of people. All of this traces back to February 13, 2022, Super Bowl 56 at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. The halftime show was marketed as a cultural moment, hip-hop finally taking center stage, legends sharing one platform. Then, unexpectedly, 50 Cent appeared upside down, recreating a moment from his past that instantly grabbed attention. That surprise entrance is where the controversy really started to unfold. The moment sent the internet into a frenzy, memes everywhere, heavy nostalgia. But according to 50, that appearance nearly didn't happen at all, and the person he points to as the reason is Jay-Z. This is where the power dynamics become clear. Since 2019, Jay-Z's company, Roc Nation, has been partnered with the NFL to manage the Super Bowl halftime show. That partnership gives real influence over artist selection, creative direction, and the final lineup. This isn't minor authority. This is the same stage that can redefine an artist's legacy overnight. And according to 50, Jay used that influence to try to keep him off the bill.
Z told Dr. Dre, just for people who's not up on this, or Eminem, that he didn't want you to perform part of that Super Bowl they had a couple years ago.
That's the accusation, plain and simple. In December 2024, 50 appeared on Cameron's show and explained everything. He said Jay went directly to Dr. Dre and made it clear he didn't want 50 involved in the performance. No explanation, no compromise, just a firm refusal. But the loyalty angle is where this hits harder. 50 wasn't talking about timing conflicts or creative issues. He was accusing Jay of using his corporate position to intentionally block another artist.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I just
Threatened?
Possibly. Not even threatened. You know, I think it's just when you take the competition from, like, our culture is competitive, man. It is, but I think when it goes past the music itself to blocking things in business, then I don't understand.
That's when the bigger picture starts to emerge. According to 50, Eminem stepped in and gave the NFL an ultimatum, saying he wouldn't perform unless 50 was included. That's real loyalty. Think about what that means. One of the most anticipated Super Bowl halftime shows ever almost lost Eminem, a major draw and cultural icon, allegedly because Jay-Z didn't want 50 on stage. This went beyond personal issues. These were executive-level decisions that could have cost networks millions and created a major embarrassment on the league's biggest night. 50 is trying to explain the motive behind it. In a July 2024 interview with The Hollywood Reporter, he spoke directly, saying they wanted him excluded and that there was active resistance to keep him out. He said it should already be documented that Eminem wouldn't perform without him. That wasn't speculation, it was stated plainly. Then, in October 2024, during an appearance on The Breakfast Club, 50 reinforced the claim. He said Jay blocked him and that early on, they tried to shift blame to the NFL to avoid criticism. But 50 said he quickly recognized what was happening. Industry sources told him exactly where the pushback was coming from. According to 50, the issue goes deeper than music. He believes his success in television, particularly his power universe on Stars, made him real competition in the entertainment space. That's where things became complicated. This stopped being about music long ago. This became about empires, market control, influence, and who gets quietly pushed aside. 50 claims the NFL initially absorbed public criticism, while the real decisions came from Roc Nation. From his perspective, the setup was clean, corporate distance, plausible deniability, but he says he always knew who was behind it, and what made everything louder was the silence that followed.
It's past the music itself to blocking things in business, then I don't understand that. Like right now, he's not even competing for a slot. You don't have a new song out that he want to be on the top 10 or top 5, and you still competing. It just don't make sense. Like, what are we competing for?
Jay-Z has never publicly responded to these claims, not once. Some fans see that silence as maturity, a refusal to engage in drama. Others see it as confirmation, suggesting the accusations may be closer to the truth than people want to admit. Either way, the lack of response kept the discussion alive. By September 2024, the conversation expanded. Cameron and Mace openly speculated that Jay-Z may have also blocked Lil Wayne from performing at the 2025 Super Bowl, pointing to past tension. For many observers, a pattern began to take shape, where corporate power and personal history overlap. Social media split sharply. Some supported 50, calling Jay a gatekeeper misusing influence. Others defended Jay, pointing to 50's long history of provoking conflict. The reality likely falls somewhere in the middle. What's undeniable is this: no official statement from the NFL, Roc Nation, or Jay-Z has confirmed or denied anything. That silence keeps the story moving. To understand why this tension runs so deep, why Jay-Z would allegedly push to keep 50 Cent off the Super Bowl stage, you have to go back to the beginning. Every major hip-hop rivalry has a starting point, and this one predates the money, the TV empires, and the boardrooms. In 1999, Curtis Jackson wasn't a global name. He was an unknown rapper from Queens with an unstable deal, stacks of unreleased tracks, and dozens of songs that weren't getting traction. No buzz, no spotlight, no security. Instead of waiting for approval, 50 made a move that defined his career. Inspired by the Notorious B.I.G.'s 1993 track Just Playing, Dreams, where Biggie imagined scenarios involving R&B stars, 50 flipped the concept into something darker. The result was How to Rob. On the song, he imagined robbing nearly every major artist in the industry. Nobody was spared, including Jay-Z. One line referenced Jay's success while making it clear he wasn't untouchable. Bold, reckless, and impossible to ignore. The track spread quickly. White label vinyls reached DJs like Funkmaster Flex at Hot 97, earning heavy rotation and dominating mixtape circuits nationwide. Overnight, everyone was talking about the fearless rapper from Queens calling out over 40 artists by name. Most laughed it off, some ignored it. Jay-Z responded. At Hot 97 Summer Jam in 1999, Jay delivered a freestyle that became legendary. He dismissed 50 using a money metaphor, positioning himself as real currency and reducing 50 to pocket change, a perfect example of Jay's calculated style. That same message later appeared on It's Hot, Some Like It Hot, from Volume 3, Life and Times of S. Carter. 50 responded in 2000 with Be a Gentleman, questioning Jay's image and credibility, challenging the idea that success automatically equals respect. The back and forth paused when real life intervened. On May 24, 2000, 50 Cent was shot 9 times outside his grandmother's house. He survived, but Columbia Records dropped him and shelved Power of the Dollar. While 50 rebuilt through mixtapes, Jay continued his run with the Blueprint. The tension stayed quiet, but it never disappeared. In 2002, everything changed. 50 signed with Eminem and Dr. Dre. When Get Rich or Die Tryin' dropped in 2003 and sold nearly 900,000 copies its first week, the balance of power shifted overnight. Jay later admitted he warned his own artists that 50 was coming. Though they appeared publicly together at times, the rivalry remained. It later expanded into business, branding, and cultural influence, from vitamin water to fashion deals to album sales battles, accusations of industry manipulation, Grammy politics, and image control. The conflict evolved with the industry itself. At its core, this rivalry isn't about hate, it's about philosophy. 50 represents confrontation and transparency. Jay represents strategy and structure. One goes public, the other moves quietly. As long as both remain powerful, the tension will continue. This isn't just beef, it's two ideologies competing at the highest level of hip-hop's corporate era, and the story isn't finished yet.